This is also from Fightful Select because I like to go with people who are reputable. He had an interview and he talks about how we're currently in an era of baby faces and we're missing some good heels. And I'll first read what he said and then we can break it out into a conversation. But Seth, as we all know, has played both a babyface and a heel in WWE. Currently, he is being a babyface and he's feuding with Bronson Reed. That's been pretty entertaining. Rollins won at Crown Jewel. And in his interview, he said some of our bigger booms have been with face champions. You look at the last 4 years, Roman Reigns has been the guy, the tribal chief, and he's been the biggest heel. Right now we're riding with Cody Rhodes, and we're sort of in this era of baby faces. You have guys like myself, Cody, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, and Roman back as a babyface. You have this era where everything is clicking and people are loving so much of what is going on. I'm looking around and thinking, we're missing some good heels around here. The business is cyclical, and you have to ride the waves given to you and figure out how to make the most money you can off of that. You look at guys like Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Bruno Sammartino. A lot of the biggest box offices have been built on top baby faces. But I want to pose this question because this is, I think, the main point to extract from this conversation is how the WWE currently is missing big heels in the company. David, do you agree with that sentiment? Why or why not?
I think they're in the process of building them. I think they lost a couple of their heels just from the fact that they're such great heels that, you know, now they're beloved baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I mean Gunther's doing a great job, like despite, he gets like a positive reaction, but I think he does a good job at like, trying to heal it up.
Yeah.
And then Bronson Reed's like stepped into that role. I think Braun Breaker, even though people do the bark, I think he's just over as a heel. Like
That's a good point.
I think we're entering an era where there's just going to be entertaining bad guys.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Andres, what do you think? In terms of heels, do you feel like there are heels lacking? Or do you feel like there are heels that kind of fit that bill? What are your thoughts on like the landscape of heeldom in
I
WWE?
I feel like with to Seth Rollins' point, like yeah, there's not like that one big heel that's equating the big baby face at the moment, like that can last for like a rivalry of its time. Like you got The Rock and Austin, that was a big heel and baby face run.
Yeah.
Um, Stuff like that. But like yeah, I think right now WWE's kind of developing good heels right now. Like to David's point, like Gunther's doing a good job, Braun Breaker's doing a great job. I think Austin Creed is kind of developing, becoming a heel too. That's interesting to see.
Yeah.
Um, Especially with him being such a good guy for so long. And like, where are they going to take that and stuff? So I do think, yeah, WWE is kind of missing that like really bad guy, like a Triple H equivalence kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but I definitely think that time should be coming though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of assessing the current crop, and I feel like they have good heels. I mean, they
Mhm.
like three of their top champions are heels. I mean, we have to include the women in this. You have Liv Morgan, who's the
Mhm.
current champion, who's also the Crown Jewel champion. You have
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. Thank you. I was
Okay.
like drawing a blank for Nia Jax, but Nia Jax I think has been a good heel.
Chelsea
Um,
Green.
Chelsea Green. I mean, yeah,
She's a
top
great heel.
bases, and you also mentioned Gunther. I mean, that's true. Like Gunther, I think has been doing great, and his type of heel is very unique in the sense it like he can kind of pull off that type of heel. It's like very just like professional, like athlete, like I don't know how to describe it. A German guy, like just really good. Like it's
Austrian.
just yeah, Austrian. Thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of it's given like I don't know, like
1940s vibe.
No, well, no. No, like hitman type thing. Like I'm just doing the job, like
On
I'm good
villain.
at what I do. I execute it, and then that's it. I knock you out. I have confidence, and then I just move on. Like he's very specific, and I think he's doing a great job as a champion. I hope his reign is pretty long. And you mentioned also Bronson Reed. I mean, that's another one. I think it just needs more time to cook. I think he just needs more time in the spotlight to look like Roman Reigns. I mean, Roman Reigns was like the biggest heel. I was gonna say Trump. Triple H was a generational heel. And I mean, like Vince McMahon, I guess, has been kind of like that person that was kind of that kind of top heel too throughout the generations. But right now, I guess it is kind of missing that like cultural, like just super like bad guy that can also like sell out buildings. Like I don't know if I mean I'm sure people go in to see Gunther, but I just feel like it's not like you see Roman Reigns on a ticket and you can guarantee that that is one of the reasons why they sell out certain arenas just because Roman Reigns is on the card. So I don't know if we have that kind of person right now. There are a bunch of people that I feel like are lined up that could meet that moment. I feel like Dominic Mysterio has that opportunity just because he does have that nuclear heat. I feel like they got to just push him and give him some kind of, either the Intercontinental or hell, throw him in the championship title thing. Like
Give him the strap.
Give him the strap. I mean, he's one of those guys that, again, we'll talk about promo work. It's not like he's the best promo person, but he does have nuclear heat, and there's a conversation to be had about what what makes a superstar. But yeah, what about you, Chris? What do you think in terms of heels in the WWE? Do you feel like it's lacking? What are your thoughts and prospects on it currently in the future?
I don't think it's lacking. I think all the talent is there. I think it's just a matter of direction, because you can make like a Bray Wyatt or Jesus Christ, freaking name. Bo Dallas.
I was gonna say Bo Bice.
Bo Bice.
That's American Idol.
Uncle Howdy. Like you can get somebody like that with the right direction, like maybe dial back a few things to be that person. He's an example. If you added MJF, for instance, like I mean, he's definitely a guy within the industry that can do something like that, I think. And I think he's proven enough, at least on the AEW side, that a lot of people would go to just see him regardless, whether it's a Dynamite or something. So they would always advertise him on front. So I think the industry, at least like the more mainstream stuff, there's a lot of good heels there. It's just a matter of implementing them. And just a side tangent, I think AEW has a face problem, I think, as far as any like prominent faces. So it's just kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think heels are there. It's just a matter of just like putting them in the right program.
I agree. I mean, looking at the roster while you guys were talking, I mean, yeah, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, but I feel like tag teams, you can't really center them if you're talking about like top heels in the company. I mean, Kevin Owens, I feel like is returning back to that kind of like heat that you want in a heel, and I feel like his current feud with Randy Orton is reaching those levels that I hope they can reach, because I'm thoroughly entertained by their current feud, and it seems like it's going to bring back the punt kick, which I will be thoroughly enjoying when it comes back. There's a lot of head moves, and I feel like there's a lot of I think teasing of the punt kick coming back, but
For
we'll see
Orton?
about that. For Orton, yeah. They actually did, I think, at the SmackDown show, they were chanting "We want punt kick" when he was getting put into the ambulance, because Kevin Owens gave him like it was like a classic pile driver. I don't remember seeing that in WWE recently. Like just like the grab him by
Sit
the
back.
ass and just like sit down and then just do the pile driver. Yeah. So cool. Lots of cool stuff that I think they're doing really well. I mean, the bloodline stuff again. Uh, you know, Roman Reigns, like he is a baby face, but he still has like the heel, like that heel DNA in his character, you know, and I guess maybe some people can view that as a heel, even though he's a baby face, more like a anti-hero type character right now. So I guess you can't really categorize him as a heel. But again, yeah, he's doing a great job. And if he goes back into an a-hole heel, I feel like people will still cheer him and appreciate him. You know, he's just kind of reached that point in his life. I don't know if people are going to boo him ever from now on, but we'll see.
TikTok, Karrion Kross, where you at, boy?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Is that going to come to a head with the Wyatt Six? You guys think? Like, is that just going to be a thing?
I mean, it would make the most sense. So he's trying to use some like level of supernatural element, but more in the cerebral sense, not in the disappear kind of a thing, but more of just like this imposing threat. So I don't know.
What about the New Day? Like, is that also heading for a collision? I don't know.
Seems like it's definitely going to be something. Like, I don't know if they're going to break up or they're going to maybe like make peace or something. It is very interesting to see, though.
Bad
the New Day, they were
Day.
kind of just, yeah, right?
Yeah, they should call it
Bad Day. They should totally do that. But it's interesting because it's like they've kind of been consistently the same for like a very long time now.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess we'll see.
2.0.
Well, you know what? That's another thing. What do you think of Solo Sikoa as a top heel? Do you feel
It's
like
hilarious now that he's like mocking people?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
funny.
but it's not like for me. It's like I don't know. I don't know if it's top heel. It still feels like like when I see Solo Sikoa, it feels like a kid putting on his dad's pants and he thinks he's an adult. Like that's the kind of vibe he gives me as like thinking he's the tribal chief. Like he's like I'm the tribal chief. I mean, I guess that's the intention, right? That's what they're trying to go for.
well, what helps him too is the whole stable itself too. I mean, he's a good group behind him. I feel like they're all doing an amazing job as being heels, but like him being the leader of it, yeah, it's obviously not as impactful as the original Bloodline, but it's still like a good.
Oh yeah,
like,
I think what they're doing is great. Yeah, I mean this is a new wrinkle into it, and then bringing back Sami Zayn and the original Bloodline. I mean, just top tier stuff that they're currently doing. They're back. They're back and they're cooking. Like they had a little bit of a lull, but now they're back doing it. And I'm curious. I guess now this is kind of veering more into Survivor Series. Do each of them have a fifth member for their War Games match, or is it still being teased on both sides? Because I don't know. They don't have 5 on each side, do they? I think it's 4.
We got 4 right now.
Yeah, 4.
So do you think it's going to be like The Rock and I don't even know who'd be on Roman Reigns? It's like Paul Heyman?
I think Hikuleo
Rhodes,
got all right, he's already been signed. The third Tongan.
Oh, you're right. Oh, maybe.
And then they could pull Zilla whenever they want.
That's true. But I feel like The Rock has to be involved somewhere here at Survivor Series. I mean, it's like one of their big 4
At the end.
PLEs.
Rikishi?
Yeah, maybe just at the end show up again.
And then
that'd be
Rikishi
cool.
shows up.
I'd be cool with that.
And he did not do it for The Rock.
Not this time. We'll see. I think Survivor Series is on November 30th, so that should be interesting. It'll be my place, by the way, just letting you guys know.
Cool.
Oh man, I might have to.
Wait, you can't make it?
That ain't gonna work.
I have to call in sick.
Yeah, Colin's sick.
Too much bird.
All right, we can jump into the next segment.